boys and girls. I love it when we start to do something new. And that's what we're doing today. Remember the word ring? I took my words off my ring for today. We have 3 colors words we've been working on, and then we have a new color that's in your bags for your January pickup. So let's start with the orange words, because I think the orange ones are the ones you should learn first. And when you get those, you can move on. Now, some children can look at this word really quick and say it, because the way they learn best is they can just remember it. But if you're not one of those people and you need to do the sounds, that's okay, because that's the way you learn best. So let's try the sounds on this one for people that need to do it that way. At. At. What's the word? At. So some people said at right away, and some people sounded it, and they're going to remember it better. Here we go. Hey, you got it. If you don't know this one, is. Very good. Ooh, this one, you can't sound out. You have to remember it. Remember the poem? You can say, or you can say, but it's always spelled T-H-E. You can say the or the. That one you've got to put in your memory. The. You know that one? I. So those are the first 5 sight words. Let's move on to the purple ones I gave you. Remember, it's okay to know it, and it's okay to use the letter sounds to figure it out. It. It. Nicely done. Am. Good. Oh, this one you can sound out too. An. Can. Wow. This one's a little harder because it doesn't make normal sounds, but we can do s. And then the 2 E's say E. S, E. See, very good. And like, this is one you kind of have to remember, but you can do the sound. Like, that will help you. That's orange and purple. Then we got red at Christmas time. Here we go. E. Wee. Good job. Sound this one out. And. All right. Now remember this one, the Y says I. So, I. My. Remember we wrote it when we said my name is? Yeah. Oh, here's one. In. Two. Very good. So if you've got these and you're pretty good with it, I want to show you the pink ones. Okay, these are our new ones. And these 2 are fun because look at that. N-O and G-O. Do you know what N-O spells? That was one of my first words I ever learned. N-O spells no. Well, G-O is going to rhyme with it. Instead of no, it says G-O. Go. No. Go. Wasn't that easy? Oh, this one is not the same. An. Like I have an elephant in my backyard. And you can do this one. Up. Very good. Up. One more. E. Me. Super. So, moms and dads are going to help you decide what's best for you. But I know my sight words. I've been doing them a lot of years. So I'm going to put them all in the ring. And I'm going to keep them from now on in my toolkit. Because you know what? When we're writing books, you might need these. And I think it's a good place to keep everything together. So there they are in my toolkit. Now, if your mom and dad are saying, you know what, let's just stick with the orange ones for now. That's fine. Mom and dad are there helping you, and they know what you need more than I do. So, we read a book yesterday by Jan Brett. This one. There's that word, T-H-E. The Mitten. We read this book, and oh, it's such a nice book. And you know, it's good to read a book, but one of the things that good readers and writers do is they know how to tell a story. So, I want to give you the parts so that you can practice telling a story. This is the paper that I want you to get out. Okay? On our paper, we have a great big white mitten. Do we need to color that mitten? No, we don't need to color that mitten. It's all set. But here we have some of the animals, the characters that were in the book. And it's really cool because they wrote the word fox. It's okay to show this to someone and say, look, I can read fox. Ooh, this one starts with Is it a rat? Can't be a rat. It starts with mouse. I have to turn this one. Ooh, that's the B. Bear. Wow. And this guy here, some people think he looks like a skunk, but he's not because he starts with a B. Badger. Badger. He was the badger. And remember the mole. And this guy here is the hedgehog and the rabbit. Well, this is what I want you to do. I want you to very carefully cut out, just reaching for my toolkit, I want you to cut out the mitten, because the mitten we're going to leave white. Remember? Thumbs up. And we're going to do careful cutting. As close to the line as you can get. And just little opening and shutting. Now you can see my fingers because I'm kind of doing it backwards just to help you, but here. Now, your job today is going to be to retell the story. Okay? So the one character we don't have is Nikki. If you want to make Nikki on a piece of paper, I didn't give you more paper in your January kit. I forgot. But I think you still have some in your other kit. So you can have a piece of paper to make Nikki. But this, I thought it would be kind of cool to put it on an envelope or something so that you could put the other characters in if you want to. But for right now, I'm going to put it on my whiteboard. Just going to set it right there for now. Okay? Then I'm going to take a crayon and I'm going to very carefully color my animals. Now, I'm not going to take the time to do that right now, but I'd like you to color them. And then when you cut them out, you can just cut on the lines. You don't have, so that, because they're so little and tiny. Jan Brett does nice details, and I'm going to cut one out. I'm just going to cut out the fox. Okay? So there he is. There's the fox. And you're going to cut them all out. Now, I know it's hard to remember. I'm getting out my book now because there are all the characters. The bear and the owl and the rabbit and the mole and the hedgehog and the badger and the fox and the mouse. Do you remember what happened first? Well, first, Nicky asked his baba to make him snow white mittens. And she didn't want to because she was afraid he would lose them in the snow. But eventually she made them for Nicky and he went out to play and he dropped a mitten. So this is the start. He dropped the mitten. And while Nicky was off playing, who came first? I think it was the mole. A little mole came in from the cold and he climbed into the mitten. Okay, next. Now if you don't remember, it's okay to go back and watch the video. But I think it was the snowshoe hare. Remember what a snowshoe hare is? That's the rabbit. And the rabbit's okay for you to leave him white because the snowshoe rabbit was white. Let's see if I'm right. There's the mole. Oops. He was the first one. The little mole was in there. And then came the snowshoe hare. We were right about that. Who came after that? I would guess the badger, but oh no, I'm wrong. Who was next? The hedgehog, he went in next. See him in there squeezing in? And we know who's coming. Then came the owl. So, the mole, the snowshoe hare, the hedgehog, the owl, who was next? Then it was our friend the badger. Then came the badger. What was after the badger? The fox. And then the bear. And then the mouse. And then what? Then the little mouse sat on the bear's nose and achoo! And the mitten exploded all the animals out. And Nicky ran home looking for his mitten. And he saw it falling from the sky. And his grandma looked out the window and she saw that he was safe and sound. And then she saw that he still had his mittens. But one was a lot bigger than the other. That's what I'd like you to do. Try and retell the story to someone in your house using these parts. You can do this because you are on your way to being wonderful storytellers and readers. Have fun, boys and girls. Can't wait to see you in the morning.